Hello and welcome back to Robin Day's Hedgehog Plays Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. This was part 17 and actually starting off from where we got to last time without a jump, as it were. So let's go to where it's telling us to. And I can't run from these. It's going to be Ollie into defend. Go on, try and poison me, I dare you. That is irritating. That is very irritating. A blue glim.
We did it!
So in the last episode we saw a familiar hatch by rejuvenating its egg. Wonderful. Well, look who it is. It's the Littly. What's the Littly? From before. How do, young'un? Did he follow us? Looks like he wants us to follow him now. Is there something he wants to show us? I wonder, maybe he's found some of my fairy buddies, hey? Speaking of fairies, he looks a lot more like I imagined a fairy would look than you do, Mr. Drippy. Oh, he does he? Well, that just shows what you know, doesn't it? Humph, the cheek. I agree with Oliver.
Watch this!
That doesn't seem good. Did he reduce my attack strength?
We did it!
Oh, right in the celebration screen. Almost 1,000 guilders. Almost. Go! Hey, this looks kind of familiar. Of course it does, you plonker. Rude. It's a page from the Wizard's Companion. And it's finders keepers around these parts. That's the lore of the forest. You know what I mean. Just grab it. Neato. I can quicken the growth of the mushrooms. Very good. Thanks for showing us the way. How it knows the way is very questionable. What's that? He's saying he reckons he could be useful to you, Ollie boy. Wants us to tag along on our journey, he does. But he's just a kid. It's too dangerous. Ha! Cheeky so-and-so. Look who's talking, he says. He means you're just a child yourself, innit? And he's got a point. He really said that, but... Don't fret, Ollie boy. Creatures like him are born to be familiars. And travelling around with wizards like yourself is what familiars do, innit? Gee, I guess. Okay, you can come with us. You'd better give that little fellow a name then. That'll seal the deal. Make you officially his master-like. Ooh. Right. Sid. Doesn't really look like a Sid to me. Saeed, Planter, or Seymour. I'm going to call it Rush for no reason that I can think of, other than that it was going quite quickly through those woods. That's 3 whole familiars you got now, innit, Ollie? Boy, and look at that. This one can evade attacks and all. Evade? Is that some kind of trick? Yeah, I suppose we could call it that. It's like defending, only you don't take any damage. The only thing is, it's proper quick, so you've got to be a bit nifty with your timing. But then you're quite getting pretty tasty at the old fighting lark, innit? In fact, I might as well let you in on another little trick of the trade while we're here. Neato, what's it? Well, what it is if you do an attack at the exact moment when an enemy's attacking you, you'll hit back with what's known as a counter-attack. And if that works, your enemy will be so stunned, they'll just sit there and let them whack you even more. Tidy, eh? You can tell when the time to a counter-attack is because a little attack bubble will show in the corner and flash blue. It sounds a little complicated, but I'll do my best, Mr. Drippy. Yeah, there are quite a lot of fighting mechanics in this game. Where couldn't we go before? I don't know if that was one of the areas where we couldn't go. That's definitely one, and that might have been one. That's one there. I think I'll just do those 2, because they're sort of near each other. Left, right, right, and then double back. I'll be alright for now.
We can do this!
Level 1. No. How do I counter-attack? That must come from having a relatively higher accuracy, I would have thought. Yeah, look at that. Look at that leveling. Splendid. If I had to guess, I would venture that, yes, attacking, alright. Magical attack increase. Splendid. Evasion 16. The question is, do you try and round out the stats that it doesn't necessarily grow so much and by itself, like magical defense? Accuracy. Not that I'm going to use them just yet, it just seems like might be worth levelling up. Hold on a minute, I just had a brainwave. We can make these mushrooms grow with magic, innit? You don't say. Splendid.
Let's go!
Don't have a lot of magical power left.
Here goes!
Okay.
Roger!
Could have sworn I pressed X there. I don't think the enemies are higher levels than each other or than previously. It just seems like, I guess I first battle it much better in some. Oh look, over 1,000 guilders. Sorry, what I was saying is, I suppose I just fare a lot better in some battles than others. Sporific bubbles send a single enemy to dreamland. Water damage. Yes, I will at some point have to learn which of the certain elements are more useful, because at the moment I just don't know. Ooh. Oh, it increases water. That's very handy. Who has that then? No, he has the butler's badge. 43 defense. I see. He can't defend, can he? Yes, he can. Sorry. Yes, no, never mind. Mito's sort of a kind of a tank, I suppose. Not really, but the closest I have to one anyway. So you can see the movement speed and attack speed. And presumably what they're powerful against and what they're not powerful against. I would have to go into the Wizard's Companion, which I shall do, only I shall do it outside of playtime, outside of playing the game. Playtime. Oh dear. Alright, maybe we can finally get out of here.
Watch this! We did it!
Effectively dealt with. Saving point. Is it time for a... Is it time for a boss battle? I should probably have waited until I'd used whatever items I felt necessary to use. Oh no, like because it increases your health, and of course. How silly of me. Oh yes, a nice opening where something big and dangerous can pop out at me and make me remember just how... Oh, this isn't... Look, Mr. Drippy, it's a fountain, but it's all dried up. Dearie, dearie me, this isn't too pretty, innit? But now we know what the problem is, at least. We do? Well, this is the spring of life, innit? It's what put the plenty in Forest of Plenty. The reason the fairies have scarpered, and that tree and the familiar egg was all withered because the spring by here has run dry. That was, my accent went completely there. I'm just going to read this normally. Of all the low moves, who would do something like this? Proper despicable it is. Oh, here's the boss. What's wrong, Mr. Drippy? I've got a feeling in my lantern that the culprit is about to appear. He is? Trust me, man. It's how these things always happen.
See?
Oh! Jeepers!
Bloody hell. Excuse me, but... Let's remember all the moves we have, shall we? Okay, it doesn't seem that fast yet. Oh, bloody hell! Did that even damage it? Oh, they have to run through it. Okay, so that one's Everblade, and yet the other one didn't do a damn thing. Should probably attempt to use a different character in defeating him. See if I can't do that now. What? That's crazy. He didn't even hit me. He's got a load of attack. Oh. I think that went well. Problem is I can't tell which one is necessarily which. Like, okay, whoa! Provisions time. It appears to be enraged. Oh, it's thrown its weapons away. Most concerning. Wrong way. I imagine there will be enemies later on in the game who I won't be so easily able to evade. I got a bad feeling about this, Ollie boy. And back we go. Oh, I know. Hold on a sec, Ollie boy.
Now's your chance. Here goes.
Jeez. Yeah, boy.
We won!
I think I got him. Spirit of the Glade. That sounds like it would be good. Thank goodness that horrible creature has gone. That wasn't just any old creature, Ollie boy. That was the guardian of this here forest. Guardian? You mean like the guardian of the woods? That I do. It's like I said, isn't it? Life force can make things pop up all over the place. And in places like the forest, the desire for the inhabitants to protect their home gives birth to massive guardian beasties, see? Beasties like the one you fought over in the deep dark wood. And the lad we just met. I don't know if you noticed, but his eyes were proper funny. Do you think Shadar? I wouldn't be surprised if he's got another hand in this sordid affair. Drying up spring is just a kind of low down tricky play. Knickers, well, the Guardian is back to his old self. But what are we going to do about the spring of life, I've been thinking about that, Mr. Drippy. We healed the tree egg with the spell, didn't we? Could we maybe just use the same spell to restore the spring of life? There's clever of you, Ollie boy. Reckon some of my brains must be rubbing off on you. Give it a try, my lad. All right, Mr. Drippy. I'm sure I hope it works. So this is the real spring of life. It's so pretty. It is indeed. And now the guardian of the spring are back to normal, their normal selves. The full fairies won't be far behind, tidy. Well, I'm not sure about that. Neato. I hope we can meet some of the fairies next time we're here. Me too, Ollie boy. Me too. Right, to Alma Moon, sorry. Yes, sir. One black fish. Interesting. We're right there. I might go back up here and save. Assuming I can do that. jumping for joy. And there's the exit out of the forest. Here we go. Well, good gracious me. That is a lot of forest. Right then, I'm going to end this one here, and ooh, wow, that's a big area of land that I'm going to have to traverse. Well, thanks for watching. This has been Robin Days Hedgehog playing Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Yeah. See you next time. Or not really see you, but you will see me playing this in my disembodied voice.